Hello everyone, let me take you and show you what I've been up to in the background. I literally take over our whole lounge room. I've had a yarn de-stash going, which actually hasn't been this successful so far. Just the last time I did one, the yarn got snapped up in a flash. So you just can't pick it, can you? And then over here, we have my yarn. I've been dyeing yarn in the background so I can have a sale really soon. I have sold a few already. One of my lovely regular customers needed some yarn to make a sweater, so I had just the right thing. This time round I've made heaps of this colour because that one gets snapped up so quickly. Also, there's 10 skeins there, so if someone wants to make a sweater from it, they can. I've got lots of 10 ply. Then down here I come to 4 ply fade sets, some sock sets. This one's waiting for its third in line of a fade. And this is yarn that has been dried and yet needs to be sorted so that Mr. Gumnuts can help me twist it into skeins. Here I have the bare skeins. That's a 4 ply and an 8 ply over there. I have things that you need, packaging, a steamer, all my other admin stuff and more packaging. This is my box of dyes. It's full, I tell you, it's full. Not only do I take up the lounge room, but I also take up the dining room because there's usually skeins laying here. So I put the bare ones here that I know I need to use next. And these are doubles that need a third one to go with them. So I sit them there so when I'm dyeing I can look at them and see what I need to create. And that one's going to be a sock set. If we come around here, this is my little dyeing area. So there's not much there at the moment because I did a big wash up yesterday. So it's big items. So I've taken over the kitchen as well. If any of you would be interested in this yarn sale, just go to Instagram and I am gumleaf_yarn. I only send to Australia now, of course, which is really quite unfortunate for the moment, but we'll see what happens there. You're probably wondering why I have these. Sometimes you get the random skein left over when someone may have bought 3 out of 4, so it sits there alone, but that could make a beautiful beanie. It's so soft. This one is a sport weight yarn. It actually, if it doesn't sell, I make 2 other to go with it, so then it is part of a trio. But sometimes you get those random skeins left. But the thing is, you don't always know what people want yarn for. They come up with reasons that you never would have thought. So these 2 double knits, they're sitting there, and when I post them, I will mention that I'm happy to dye up some coloured skeins to go with them. Someone I know made the pressed flower shawl from my yarn, so she used navy and a pretty pink to go with it. So when you throw those suggestions out, people get the ideas, and I don't mind dyeing up some yarn to go with these skeins here if people have something in mind. But of course they have to wait. It takes a little bit of time. There's a hell of a flurry goes on when you're selling yarn. Taking payment, talking to people, seeing if they want skeins put together to see what they look like together. I do that. And then packaging, of course, ready to send off. It's actually a really big process. Maybe I'll show you that when I go through it this time. All right, let's go and hit the craft room. I'll show you what's been going on in there. Here is my temperature blanket, and I have a dilemma. I have a really big dilemma. I have only got that amount of grey left. I honestly thought I'd have enough for some reason. So I'm going to have to change my tact. The blanket is up to date. So what I was thinking was, if I could get another row done in the grey, that's well and good. But after that, I'm thinking maybe I could average out some days or weeks and do these colours around the edge. Actually, a bit of everything. Why not? Depending on the temperature, of course. So I think that could look really nice. It would really lift a blanket that to me isn't looking that great. Like, it's nice, but I don't love it. I think the addition of colours around the edge, if I can make them meaningful, would look so much better. Let me know if you agree. I bet you will. So it's up to date. What are we heading to? No, we're mid-September. Few months left, so I've got a lot of scope to be able to add some pretty colour to this blanket now. It's not going to be a traditional or normal temperature blanket by any means, but sometimes we just have to go with what's happening at the time and make the best of it, don't we? I'm not keen on sending off another order for some of this Stylecraft Special DK Grey because I really don't need any more yarn. If I'm honest, I want to use up more of what I've got, so I'm going to make do. Here we have the sampler blanket that some of us are making. So I'm up to 40 squares. I'm going to do 9 more. Actually, I'm going to do 10 to make 50. So the people have got a choice in replacing one square if they would really like to. I'm definitely going to replace this one. But nevertheless, we're getting there. We're actually so nearly done. 10 more squares and then we'll join and think of a pretty border to do. Or in my case, maybe something a little more masculine because it's a very boyish coloured blanket, which is fine because you know what? I might actually keep this so that I can then refer back to what the different stitches look like. When I want to design a project and I want to find a stitch in particular, I'll be able to just look at this sampler blanket and know exactly what I'd like to use. So how's that? That's great for a two-purpose project. And here we have my grandson's blanket. This is made from sock yarn and it is really slow going. I am using Esme's Mix and Match Modern Crochet Blanket Book, which is just fabulous. And it's really good to see this laid out because now I know what colours I need to do next. I feel I need to add a plain navy one in and then some more in the cream neutrals. Yep, it definitely needs lifting with a bit of lightness in the cream, I think. I will dye some more skeins and make them probably as light as this one. I think that would go really well because at the moment it's looking very heavy in its colours. Do you agree? I think it needs lifting quite badly actually. But that's all right because look at the length of it. I have quite some to go. This is going to be little Emmerich's Forever Heirloom Blanket from Nana Jill. So that's what I've got on the hop in the background. And now you can see why I'm a little bit nervous about this crochet along that's coming up. I'm just going to have to get over myself and each day make a decision on which project I do and plod along and fall forwards, as they say. I love that saying. Can you just imagine yourself falling forwards? So You get really tired and you just want to collapse. If you're falling forward, you're making progress. That's how I see that saying anyway. Now, one last thing. I want to start a new project, just an in-betweenie, so something quite small, while I wait for my yarn to arrive from America. I've had this pattern for such a long time and I've always wanted to make it, and I also thought that'd be a great one we could do together on here. But back then I didn't read what she has written at the very end about copywriting issues. Please be respectful, do not sell or distribute this pattern in any way, especially as your own. I wouldn't be making it as my own, but maybe I would. It's kind of ringing true to the granny square for me. No one puts their name to the traditional granny square. So can you put your name to a blanket of granny stitch that happens to have the colours done in triangles? I just don't know. I have been talking to a fellow crocheter on Instagram. She thinks copyright shouldn't be an issue on this one, but gee, the designer is really specific here. I don't know what to do. I've got my yarn ready to go. I really like these colours. It's a neutral for a girl or a boy. Dark, heavy, I know, but that's the way they do it these days. Should we just make separate triangles and join them and have the triangles in our colour that we choose? That could be a good option. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas on this, if you would like to make it, if you wouldn't. We can think of something else. Isn't it funny? When you're crocheting along, your mind is continually gathering projects that you want to make. And the minute you've finished, well, not finished everything, but finished your current whip, the ideas have all gone. It's like, why didn't I write them down? Because I trusted my mind. I thought that they would all stay there. That's where I'm up to, you guys. I'm going to have a slow day. I'm pretty tired. You need to have those days sometimes. So I'm just doing admin, crochet admin things. If you would like to be part of my yarn sale, you can find my account on Instagram and it's gumleaf_yarn. It's a separate one that I have for yarn sales. I pop a photo up of the skein. I write what the skein is and how much it is. And then if you want it, you just write your name or sold underneath it. Okay, and then if you would like me to sit that skein up against another one so you can see what they'll look like together, I'm happy to do all of that in the background. There's a real buzz going on, I'll tell you what, when I put up the sale. It is non-stop for a few days and it kind of goes for about a week. It peters out as the days go on, but initially, I had to get Mr. Gumnuts to help me last time. The frenzy was so big. And it's fun too. I love to see how happy and excited you all get to purchase your yarn and imagine all the things you're going to make with it. So we need to imagine something to make with this. I'm going to go off. I'm going to edit this video and just relax, let my mind go, and then the right project that we need to do next will come to me, I'm sure. I have lots of online tech things to fill out for my affiliate sponsor, so that's always brain damage, always brain damage. You go around in circles quite a while before you get that one. See how I go. I'm allowing myself to have a quieter day today. Sometimes you just need it. Even people who don't live with pain and ill health, they too need down days. They get tired as well. So they're kind of forgotten in that way. Just because they're fully able-bodied doesn't mean they can just keep on going and going. You just need a quiet day to catch up on yourself and let your body rest for a while. As much as we love crocheting to calm us, some of us get pain from crocheting. So the calming happens in the brain, the pain happens in the body. So some days you just have to choose not to do that to yourself and know that it's a-okay. You can take time off. I am the worst offender. I only take time off when I'm at the point where I just can't go any further. I'm terrible for that, and I know it. So I'm telling myself today to take things easy. I hope you have a fabulous day, whether you're taking things easy or whether you're going to crochet. I will get back to you when I know what I'm going to do with these. And next up will be 2 more crochet squares for the sampler blanket. I'm actually really excited now. That has really lifted my motivation by setting them all out. We're getting there. We're getting there. And it's going to look great too. Anyway, I'll go. I will see you all really soon. Happy crocheting, everyone. Take lots of care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.